Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Christina Roque said rising fuel costs from the Middle East war are straining logistics, but assured efforts are underway to stabilize prices. The Department of Education began nationwide briefings for a three-term school calendar starting 2026 to 2027, with Sonny Angara stressing teacher readiness. The Philippines is in talks with Iran to secure safe oil passage through the Strait of Hormuz amid ongoing supply concerns. Donald Trump said United States forces could end operations in Iran within weeks as talks continue alongside airstrikes. The European Commission warned Spain and Poland their fuel tax cuts could to ease war-driven price hikes may violate EU rules. Flag carrier Philippine Airlines will resume flights between Manila and Riyadh on Friday, restoring a carry travel link for thousands of Filipino passengers. Actor Chow Eun-woo said he was fully paid his taxes and apologized amid allegations of tax evasion. Carl Eldruyulo heads to Croatia for the FIG World Cup in Osijek after strong finishes in previous legs, continuing his rise in senior competition. Today is the 9th of April, 2026, Thursday, and I'm Eliana Lacap bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. Pag-asa reports the ridge of a high-pressure area extending over northern and central Luzon, bringing mostly clear conditions. Localized thunderstorms will cause isolated rain showers over parts of the country, including Metro Manila, with possible flash floods or landslides during severe storms. The tropical depression outside the Philippine area of responsibility is currently 2,880 kilometers east of northern Mindanao, moving westward slowly with maximum sustained winds of 55 kilometers per hour and gusts up to 70 kilometers per hour. Winds across Luzon are light to moderate with slight to moderate seas elsewhere. Now for a traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Mindanao Toll Plaza, Bocaue Toll Plaza, and San Fernando southbound lanes. San Fernando northbound had a previous road crash but traffic is now light. All other areas of NX, SATX, and NLEX connector, including Toll Plaza and interchanges, are also experiencing light traffic. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. The Department of Trade and Industry says the Middle East conflict is driving up fuel costs, increasing logistics expenses, and pressuring businesses, especially exporters. To cushion the impact, the government launched a 3 billion peso loan fund through SB Corp, offering up to 5 million pesos in collateral-free loans. Despite higher costs, exports remain strong, rising 8.3% in early 2026. Some manufacturers have agreed to hold prices of basic goods, but the DTI warns increases may follow after mid-April, adding there is no need for panic buying. Now, the Department of Education has launched nationwide orientation sessions to ready teachers for the shift to a three-term school calendar in the 2026 to 2027 school year. The reform aims to reduce academic disruptions and promote a more flexible, humane learning system. Education Secretary Sonny Angara emphasized that teacher preparedness is a key to success. Sessions also covered updated grading, an improved senior high school curriculum, and flexible learning during emergencies. Despite criticism from ACT Teachers Party List, orientations for educators will continue through May. Now, the Philippines is negotiating with Iran to ensure safe passage for oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz, Foreign Affairs Secretary Tess Lazaro requested that PH-flagged vessels be formally recognized as non-hostile during a meeting with Energy Secretary Sharon Garin and Iranian Ambassador Youssef Esmailzadeh. Meanwhile, the Senate Protect Committee, led by Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, urges the DOE to prepare fuel rationing to stretch the country's 51-day reserves. Garin resists immediate rationing, but lawmakers are considering demand management, price caps, and subsidies to prevent supply shocks. For international news, President Donald Trump announced Tuesday that U.S. forces in Iran would end operations in 2 to 3 weeks, even as airstrikes continue. Trump said the withdrawal is independent of any deal with Tehran, warning Iran would be, quote, put into the Stone Ages to block nuclear development. He urged allies to secure their own oil via the Strait of Hormuz, criticizing limited support in tanker traffic management. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth described the coming days as decisive, without ruling out possible ground operations. More international news, the European Commission warned Wednesday that Spain and Poland may have breached EU rules by cutting VAT on fuels to ease Middle East war impacts. Madrid's €5 billion VAT reduction plan and Warsaw's cuts on petrol and diesel drew scrutiny. Commission spokeswoman Louise Bouguet said EU rules prohibit VAT cuts on fossil fuels, recommending excise duty reductions instead. Letters have been sent to both governments, and Brussels awaits their reply. The moves follow falling oil and gas prices after U.S.-Iran ceasefire and reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. In business, Philippine Airlines will resume Manila-Riyadh flights on Friday, reopening a key route for Filipino travelers. Select flights will make a brief technical stop in Bangkok for refueling with no deplaning required, prioritizing passenger and crew safety. Meanwhile, Cebu Pacific has canceled Dubai flights until 30th of April due to ongoing Middle East security concerns. The carrier said schedules may change as conditions evolve. Passengers are advised to monitor airline updates before traveling. Meanwhile, in entertainment, Cha Eun-woo confirmed Wednesday that he has fully paid taxes at the center of recent evasion claims, apologizing to fans and the public. I sincerely apologize for causing disappointment and confusion. I respect the National Tax Service's procedures and outcome and have paid all related taxes, he wrote on social media. The controversy arose in January over alleged unpaid taxes exceeding 20 billion won or 13.6 million US dollars. Cha took full responsibility, clarifying that accountability rests with him, not his mother's management company, which had assisted in stabilizing his career. In sports, Carl Eldruyulo will compete in Croatia at the Shijek leg of the FIG Artistic Gymnastics World Cup Series starting Thursday, after standout performances in Cottbus, Antalya, and Cairo. The 18-year-old younger brother of double Olympic gold medalist Carlos Yulo reached finals in Cottbus, won gold in Antalya, and took 2 bronzes in Cairo. Yulo aims to use Osijek as preparation for the 13th Men's Artistic Gymnastics Senior Asian Championships in Zunyi, China, this June, facing top contenders from Russia, China, and Armenia. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Things are likely to turn in your favor today, Taurus. You may take up a new project this evening. Health and financial conditions are expected to improve. For those recovering from heartbreak, today could bring a sense of relief and peace, helping you move forward with more ease. Now, Tribune, today on April 9, 1942, Major General Edward P. King Jr., commander of the Luzon Force, surrendered combined Filipino and American troops in Bataan to the Imperial Japanese Army. This surrender marked the fall of Bataan and triggered the infamous Bataan Death March, during which tens and thousands of exhausted prisoners were forced to march roughly 100 to 140 kilometers under brutal conditions, leading to massive casualties. King, facing about 75,000 starving and sick troops, defied orders to resist, prioritizing the lives of his men over strict obedience. Negotiations took place in Lamao and Balanga, culminating in his unconditional surrender to Colonel Moto Nakama of the Japanese 14th Army. Today, April 9th, is commemorated as Araw ng Kagitingan, honoring the courage and endurance of Bataan's defenders. Memorials such as the Mount Samat National Shrine and markers at the Lamao and Balanga preserve the memory of their sacrifice and the moral complexities faced by commanders like King. Today, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. commemorated the 84th year at Bataan together with the Japanese and U.S. ambassador and veterans at Mount Samat. Now, this morning's viral comes from a TikTok video that has racked up 332,000 views, sparking hilarious reactions from netizens. In the clip, users recreate a scene all too familiar from the malls, the sounds and everything in between. Netizens couldn't stop laughing at how on the spot the recreation was. Let's watch this.
Sir, punta po kayo sa Tile 5. Aisle 5, punta po kayo may nagtae. Thank you.
And that's all for now, mga ka-Tribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.